What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today we're going to be talking about the Chiefs 2023 draft picks, okay? It's always a very exciting time of year, okay? Bringing in a whole new set of players, fresh out of college, ready to join a championship squad. Couldn't be better. Just fantastic. Great stuff. If you guys didn't already know, the draft has concluded, okay? It took place in Kansas City, which is just something I never thought would ever happen. It's almost like a Super Bowl being held in Kansas City, which I'm not sure how likely that is even now, but it really does show that the Chiefs, we're making Kansas City just a big venue. People are loving the city, and, things are really going in a positive direction for our team, for our city, and I'm just super blessed to be able to say, you know what, this is my team. This is where I grew up. Just love the squad. Things are going great for this organization and the city. I mean, come on, just fantastic. But anyway, let's get right into these picks. Okay, we went into this draft with 10 draft picks, thanks to a number of trades, including the Tyreek Hill one, which was the big one. Okay, but we came into this draft with 10 picks, but we ended up trading up, trading down a few times, and ended up working out pretty evenly. We had one pick for all 7 rounds, so 7 new players to talk about. Okay, and this is just super exciting, because we saw it last year. Getting guys like George Karlaftis in the first round. He came into our team and had an immediate impact. And he really did help us in that big playoff run. And then you look at guys that we got in the 7th round of last year's draft. I mean, you got Jalen Watson. This guy, he was a stud in that game against the Eagles, in that Super Bowl championship game, and he was great for us all season. So any one of these guys could be immediate impact players, which is just super exciting, because all these guys, pretty athletic guys coming right out of college, pumped to join this team, okay? And all these players. I mean, one thing I can say about the Chiefs, okay? We know how to turn football players into championship level players. I mean, we can just do it. It's the mentality that we carry ourselves with, man. It's the leadership of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, Anybody that walks into this locker room is a champion. That's something I've always believed. So all these guys, man, might as well give them a ring right now, because they're going to get one, okay? Let's be honest. But let's get into it, okay? Let's get into all of our draft picks, okay? We had the 31st overall pick in the first round, okay? And guess who we picked up? I mean, what a story from this guy, okay? We got him, man. The K-State legend, okay? This dude was a stud at K-State. And guess where he's from, man? He's from right here in KC. Bring him home. Let's get King Felix on the team. What a freaking move. What a pick. I just couldn't be, just a great pick by the Chiefs, man. I think Brett Veach knew, man, this draft, it's in Kansas City. Let's give these fans something to cheer about, man. Let's give this fan, let's give these fans here, coming out, pulling up for the draft. 90% of the fans there were Chiefs fans, obviously, so they were pretty excited to see our pick. And boom, we're bringing home the hometown hero. I mean, come on, this is just fantastic. I love the story with this guy. One thing about it, I've heard, some stories. I've seen some Instagram posts about how this dude way back in the day was a Jamal Charles fan. Grew up trying to play running back because he idolized number 25. I mean, that's me. That's honestly something I can relate to. I love Jamal Charles. Obviously, not much of a running back, but I still just love the guy. Idolized him, and it's just super heartwarming to see that Felix grew up, a Chiefs fan, die hard, just like all of us, just like all these fans here in Kansas City. It just warms my heart, makes me feel great. And this dude, Felix, I mean, we needed edge rushers. Boom, solid stuff. I mean, we needed defensive linemen. Right off the bat, I really like the tone we're setting here. Brett Veach, another class move. I mean, just a great stuff. Great, just fantastic. Okay, boom. Filling our need on the defensive end because we lost Frank Clark. We lost Carlos Dunlap. We ended up picking up this guy from the 49ers, but I think we need some more depth. I think we need some more guys who can come in and be impact players. And this guy, he just can, man. He can get to the quarterback. He can absolutely do that. So, boom! Super happy with that first round pick. King Felix, welcome to the team. We love you. Second round pick. All right, this one is a pretty big one. Traded up for this guy. And we all knew it was coming, man. We all knew that the Chiefs at some point in this draft, we were going to go ahead and snag a wide receiver, and we did it right here with Rashee Rice. Pretty solid player. Can't complain about this pick right here, especially considering, third, I believe, in total yards last year in all of college football, which is very, very impressive. It shows that this guy, he can go out there, he can get some yards, he can make some big plays. He can be a reliable part of an offense. And I think that's really what we need. I think a lot of people are looking at this guy like, he's got somewhat of a Juju Smith-Schuster type build, which I can definitely see that. He's got some build to him, and he's a guy who can just catch the ball, turn around, and make some big plays. Reliable, very good in deep ball situations. I mean, he can go up there and grab it. Super happy about this guy. I think it's a really solid pickup. And I really do think it rounds out our wide receiver room. Kadarius Toney, a bit of a shifty, Swiss knife type guy. And then you got Rashee Rice, a guy who, he can beat you with the vertical. He can beat you with a quick slant. He can pretty much do it all. And then you've got MVS, who's our big boy threat, deep, just gun it down there. He's going to find a way to bring it in. I think we've really rounded out our wide receiver room. And then let's not forget guys like, what's his name? Sky Moore. Sorry, I forgot about last year's wide receiver draft pick in the second round as well. And so, yeah, I'm just really liking the way things are looking in the wide receiver room. Really solid pick by the Chiefs. Pretty happy about it. Pretty happy about it. Solid guy. Now we go to our third round pick. Okay, and this one wasn't a surprise. I was pretty happy about this one, okay? Wanya Morris. Sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Wanya Morris, a really good pickup by the Chiefs. Considering the fact that we lost Andrew Wiley and Orlando Brown, we did end up bringing in Jawan Taylor, and we also recently signed a player off the Bucks team. I'm blanking on his name, but he will end up coming in and playing left tackle for us. But I think this guy is a great depth option. And I really do. I just like Brett Veach. I don't care. If he wants to draft an offensive lineman, I trust him 100% because he just did such a fantastic job a couple of years ago getting Trey Smith, getting Creed Humphrey. I mean, this guy, great at scouting offensive linemen, so I think this guy could be a big time player for us. Absolutely. As well as Darian Kennard, who we drafted in last year's draft. I think he is a guy who, has a chance of stepping up and being a tackle for us, being a good rotational piece for us. So we've got our offensive line set with our veterans, but these young guys, I think, does a lot for us. Does a lot for us in terms of depth. And I think at some point, when one of these players ends up not being able to stick with the team, they want a different contract, they want to go to a different team, these guys can step up big time. And they're learning from the best offensive line in the NFL. If not, we're at least a top 5 offensive line. So they're learning from these good veteran guys. So I think, once they get their opportunity for this Chiefs team, they're going to be able to perform. So another good pick. Round 4 selection. I was happy about this one. We do have a lot of corners on this Chiefs football team. But I just feel like we're waiting to see which one of these guys can really step up and join the likes of L'Jarius Sneed and really just become that solid everyday corner that we can really use. And Shamari Cooper could very well be that out of Virginia Tech. A really, really nice 4th round pick. And a lot of what he does reminds me of L'Jarius Sneed in a lot of ways. So I think he definitely has potential to be up there and be a fantastic player for us. Undoubtedly. I remember I was watching a Virginia Tech game. I'm not much of a college football person, but, I did actually end up seeing him, I saw him make a couple of big plays. So I was pretty happy to be able to connect a name with that player who was making those plays. And shoot, look at him. Now he's on the Chiefs. I mean, can't complain. That's great stuff. Pretty happy about that pick. And then in round 5, we got another edge rusher. Super happy about this one, BJ Thompson. Okay, a lot of people are saying this was a bit of a reach, but I don't think anything is really a reach when you're talking about Brett Veach. I mean, I think there's a reason he picked this guy up. There's a reason he brought him on the team in round 5. He's a great player, solid player. Again, already talked about the depth we need at the edge rush position. Another player to add to that. Had a great career in college. Can't complain. Moving on. Round 6, I like this guy. I like this guy out of Texas, okay? Keandre Coburn, okay? This guy, I love the personality he's bringing to this team. Already I see him on Instagram, making posts and getting all hyped up, yeah, I'm joining the Chiefs, let's go. I love this guy. I think he's a great guy. And to get him in the 6th round, he actually had a really, really good career with the Longhorns, with the Texas Longhorns. He did a great job. He's a guy who can just just interior defensive lineman who just bull rush you. I've seen a couple of plays by this guy. Looked him up on YouTube after we drafted him. He's got good tape. He's got really good tape. He's a guy who can just boom, bull rush you, take down your interior line, and just bull rush the quarterback. I love that about him. And he's got a great personality. I think there's potential for this guy in the sense that we have Chris Jones. And then we've got Derek Nottie. You know, I like Derek Nottie. He's a good solid player. And Derek Nottie's another guy who I really like. I really like his personality as well. I like the energy he brings to the team. But, I mean, we're talking about Chris Jones, Derek Nottie. I mean, I'm sorry. No disrespect to Derek Nottie. I think he's a great player. But I think we could really use another interior lineman who's just like, boom, like Chris Jones. I mean, that would be lethal to have on this Chiefs team. If we had two guys in there that just, boom, that were both on this high level. And I think this guy could certainly be that. I mean, he looks like a great player. Big boy, okay? Come on. It'd be a great pickup. It would be an absolutely amazing defensive line if we had those two guys in the middle and this guy reached his full potential. I could definitely see it happening. And then our last pick to round things out, we got Nick Jones. Okay, come on. Needed another corner. Got ourselves another corner, okay? And like I said earlier in this video, we have a lot of corners on the team. Got a lot of guys fighting for that everyday spot. You know, that first team defense. Nick Jones could be another one of those guys. And like I said, let's not forget Jalen Watson, 7th round pick last year. Najee Johnson was a 7th round pick last year, another cornerback. You know, I don't think Najee Johnson got as much time, but he was a solid special teams player. And here we got Jalen Watson, you know, who did end up getting a considerable amount of time after being a 7th round pick, which is not ever something you really expect from a 7th round pick. You know, you do not draft these guys in the 7th round expecting them to come up and immediately start for your team. But that's what Jalen Watson was able to do last year. So I can see this guy, Nick Jones, being able to do it as well. You know, it all depends on how things develop in training camp. We've got a plethora of players that could be fighting for that top spot. But, you know, let's just add another extremely versatile and athletic player to that group, okay? It could definitely happen. So thank you guys so much for watching, okay? I hope this gave you a little bit of insight on the type of players that we brought into the team. You know, a lot of defense, which I'm very, very happy about. I mean, the only offensive player we brought in was, you know, Rashee Rice, and then I believe the offensive tackle we brought in. So a lot of defense, very, very heavy on defense. Super excited to see these guys develop through OTAs, you know, rookie mini camp. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm pretty excited. And who knows? I mean, these guys, like I said, they should already be getting rings. I mean, let's just, you know, let's just cut to the chase here. They're going to be Super Bowl champions. You know, whether it be next year, the year after that, you know, probably both years. I mean, let's be honest, they're probably going to get 2 or 3. You know, considering a lot of these players end up getting 5-year rookie deals. Boom. I mean, come on. We might win the next 5 Super Bowls. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next Chiefs chat.